大家好，我是青青。今天我们继续《火焰纹章之风花雪月黑旧线》的第4期啊。那现在是8月10号，是翠雨节。那一开始的话呢，我们先更改一下我们的兵种啊，已经把士兵呢升到了满级。那现在的话，我们就转职成为飞马骑士。
What a strange feeling.
这样的话呢，我的骑士团也要更改一下啊。看看有什么适合我的骑士团呢？塞罗斯天马兵团引诱之计加回避的，贾拉提天马队，奇霍尔龙骑兵团用这个吧，加务工加回避加防御加命中加必杀加魅力加耐磨，除了魔攻啊都加。行，那今天的话呢，我们选择散步。
A stone? A stone. I do not understand. Yet, as I think of it, the pounding in my chest grows faster still. But is that me? Or is it you?
苏蒂斯他住在哪里呢？他就住在我的心里。
A stone? Yet, but is that...
看看今天有什么新的任务啊？看一下布告栏，去见杰拉尔特吧。走。
So, Professor, Gerald was looking for you. It seems he has gone off somewhere. If he is not in his room, then surely someone has seen him. Ask around. I have something to ask of you.
报酬是达斯卡熊肉和2杯薄荷茶。
I have something to ask of you.
锻炼一下自己吗？好的。讨伐任务啊。
You must be rather bewildered by the power that was hidden within. However, know that I believe in you. I have no doubt that you will use that power justly. You will most certainly fulfill the grand destiny that the goddess has seen fit to grant you.
舒缓学生的紧张情绪吧。
May I ask a favor of you?
报酬是4个诺亚果、4个桃醋栗和美味的烤点心。
May I ask a favor of you?
获得了一个开眼的香草，一个勇气的香草。接受。茶会。
I'm pleased to have been invited. I am grateful. Yes.
想要变得更亲密，新计策的提案和发牢骚，想要变得更亲密吧。
Of course. Of course.
在中庭的2人的话题哦，八卦一下。哦，雷亚不喜欢吗
Yes.
看来你过得不错。金汉骑士团的传言，看过歌剧吗？看来你过得不错。
I see. How quickly this delightful time has passed. However, we must return to our work. I appreciate I am trusting you.
教职员研修，我们精进一下格斗术。
I still have much to learn.
雷亚说他相信我，可惜我要让他失望了，对不对？啊，当然我们是先让他失望啊，再去拯救他。雷欧尼，小师妹。
Oh, Professor, are you looking for Captain Gerald? I just saw him in the Knight's Hall a little while ago. He was talking with a female knight, but I didn't get a good look at who she was.
老爹，这宝刀未老嘛，为什么是个女骑士呢？
Oh my, the crest of flames? Could it really? Yes, the actual crest of flames! No, that is quite enough. I should compose myself. I must remain objective in my research. Objective, professional.
那也是没办法的事，请你振作一点。那也是没办法的事吧。
The scandal with the Western Church troubles me. We cannot afford to let ourselves be swept along, and yet.
教职员研修，跟他学习一下这个弓箭吧。
Don't you think Professor Hanneman's been acting a bit strange? Maybe he's made some kind of big discovery.
你猜的对。他刚才呢已经发现我身上的火焰纹章了，他非常的激动，非常的激动。诶，浴场。
Hey, I could use a hand.
我们去使用一下浴场吧。
What the?
邀请小伙伴一起去蒸桑拿。我们请谁跟我们一起去呢？诶，只能从他们之间选吗？选菲尔迪南特。给石头浇水，这个是大量提升热度了。菲尔迪南特的话，他还差一点点啊，那就再待一会儿，选这个。可以啦。升天的感觉。
Thanks. I'm glad I asked you.
获得了3块鸟肉和3块兽肉。去一趟宿舍1楼，这里是有个任务啊。我们获得了勇气的香草。勇气的香草的话呢，是一定要拿给贝尔的。
That's so.
I'm not secretly eating cake.
那就相信你吧。
You're getting pretty good at talking through the door, Professor.
我们把勇气的香草给他。
Thank you.
干劲提升。刺绣针及卷线筒啊，这个就是贝尔的东西嘛。
I've been looking for this. Thank you so much.
走吧，我们去一下温室啊，收一下菜。这也是我们的日常了。我们每次选择散步的日常呢，就是收菜、唱歌、吃饭。
My mistake.
你怎么，康斯坦杰？你怎么？
The next mission is to rout bandits in the kingdom, is it not? I find the idea unsettling. Though the bandits have captured a large prize, they are insignificant in and of themselves. The matter would be more appropriately dealt with by Margrave Gautier or the Fargus royal family. I grant that I am most likely jumping at shadows, but I fear that if Fargus is weakened, the tipped scales will lead to widespread unrest.
你真相了，你真相了！确实啊，我们只要削弱法加斯王国呢，就可以破坏这个三足鼎立的局面。哎，这就是艾戴尔一直在做的事情。哎，弗多拉南方产的种子，马努埃拉。
It's awful, just awful what happened with the rite of rebirth. The infirmary. Well, it was a mess. Things are finally calm again, and so I've come here to unwind. Let me tell you, I put all of my knowledge to use keeping those kids alive. Still, the truth of it is that when someone faces death for the first time, well, they figure out who they are. They learn if they can do it again. We can't lose them, Professor. Not to battle or to cowardice. If you can keep them going, then I will too.
无论如何，我都会保护他们。学习一下飞行。上次我们种的种子呢是5个根茎植物的种子，看看我们收获了什么吧。收获了诺亚果、桃醋栗啊！我的诺亚果、桃醋栗都多的都吃不下了。卷心菜、胡萝卜。根茎植物种子1，弗多拉北方产种子5，水蓝色花朵的种子。我们刚才拿到了弗多拉南方产的种子啊，那我们种下。接着的话是根茎植物的种子、草本植物的种子，都给它种一种。白色花朵的种子、紫色花朵的种子哦。开始培育，我们播撒天马的恩泽。嗨，今天有很多鱼哦。那今天钓鱼的话呢，我们可以一次性钓到好几条。去钓鱼吧，先存个档啊。开始钓吧。咦，哎，今天手感不好啊。托塔提斯泥鳅，4条，一下子掉了4条啊！来吧。这次手感要好一点哦。小的鱼影 ，excellent。小的鱼影的话，本来就比较的好钓哦，所以很容易打出这个 perfect。阿鲁比涅飞鱼，这个好像是福莲最喜欢吃的鱼吧？白尊，阿鲁比涅飞鱼，白尊。巨大的鱼影，哎呀！失误了2次了。女王泥鳅，巨大的鱼影，好，看看钓上来的是什么呢？哎，女王泥鳅啊，女王泥鳅！大量繁殖期嘛，就是要来钓鱼的。小的鱼影，小的鱼影的话，只要2次就可以了。 阿鲁比涅飞鱼啊，这个福莲的最爱，白尊。再钓9次。巨大的鱼影又来了，难道又是女王泥鳅？巨大的鱼影的话是钓5次。大头鱼、女王泥鳅、托塔提斯狗鱼。哎，福莲是喜欢狗鱼还是喜欢那个飞鱼啊？我有点忘了。大的鱼影，大的鱼影的话应该是3次吧，4次。雀鳝狗鱼，田螺，田螺的话应该是更好钓到比较好一点的鱼啊。白尊，阿鲁比涅飞鱼。容易钓到罕见的鱼类。现在手感是越来越好了，每次都是零失误。小龙虾，哎，我居然钓到了小龙虾。巨大的鱼影又来了，大头鱼、狗鱼、女王泥鳅、狗鱼，再钓最后3次啊！大的鱼影。雀鳝，雀鳝的话还是比较稀有的。雀鳝是做什么菜来着？小龙虾、白尊和小龙虾，最后2次了啊，倒数第2次。我居然失误了！泥鳅、狗鱼和泥鳅，最后1次，蚯蚓。巨大的鱼影，来个完美的收尾。并不完美啊，好吧。鱼饵不足，因此无法钓鱼。走吧，居然没能完美的收尾，真是太令人失望了。
Oh, why is that fish so still? Wait, is it swimming sideways? Perhaps it is resigned to its woeful fate of being plucked from the water and eaten.
我怎么听到了狗叫
Professor, you are so outgoing with all of the students. I would like to have more opportunities to connect with you, though I am certain my brother would disapprove. Might you help me with a favor? 放心吧，等你被死神骑士拐走了之后呢，你就可以加入我们了。
他要我们去四圣人像那里强化一下。我们先去一趟这个市场，这里的话有2个任务，我们接一下。
I could use your help.
阻挡贸易通道的贼人啊，这个任务的话一定要做，不然的话就没有新的商人到访了。摩尔菲斯产的种子5个，商人、私兵团和山贼们，怎么样啊？打铁铺。
Would you help me out?
在市场的周围找出铁粉的溶接材料，然后交给打铁铺。这样的话呢，我们就可以修理我们的武器啊，也可以锻造。我记得这个铁粉的溶接材料的话，就在这个附近啊。诶，阿米多狗鱼。诶，这溶接材料呢？哎，他不给提示的。入口大厅这边好多人哦。哎，这就找到了，在这儿，在这儿啊！我记错了，我们过去交任务。
Knew I could count on you. Hey there.
我们修理一下，修理一下我手里的铁枪。
Is this it? There you go. Is this it? There you go. Come back anytime.
接着的话，我们去一下入口大厅啊，这里有好多人，我们去跟他对一下话。英古利特
Professor, please leave Sylvain alone for the time being.
哦，因
The
为
thing is, the bandits' leader who stole the relic is Sylvain's disinherited older brother.
没错啊，麦克朗的话呢，就是小凡的哥哥。可惜呢，哎，这个马术就是英古利特的。
Hey.
Professor, the thing is... Yes, that's mine. Thank you very much.
小凡的哥哥呢，他又不像小凡一样有文章，然后呢，他又不像小凡一样长得帅啊，所以被剥夺了继承权。
Hail, Professor. If I may introduce myself, I am Gilbert. My life has been spent as a dedicated knight. I am to accompany you on your assignment. I may have slowed a step in recent years, but I pledge to you the full extent of my abilities.
那就拜托你了。
No, Professor. The pleasure is all mine, I assure you.
吉尔伯特啊，在我们上周末青石县的话呢，他也是跟他的女儿和老婆一起团聚了。要学一些什么吗？暂时不用了。吉尔伯特的话，他只有青石县才可以加入，别的路线的话，刷他的好感度都没什么用啊。洛莲兹，洛莲兹算了。谁在这儿呢？你们俩躲在这儿干嘛呢
For a hero's relic to be stolen, it's unheard of.
And just last month, the sword of the Creator was almost stolen too.
Also quite unheard of. What impudence.
For House Gautier to invite us onto their land, they must be desperate. But at least we'll have the stalwart knights ready to stand around and watch us do all the work.
相当的慌张，闻所未闻。 啊，我们去马厩偶看一下吧。玛丽安奴在这儿。玛丽安奴的话是金鹿的，他说都是因为文章。啊，那是怎么一回事呢？玛丽安奴的文章啊，出了一些小问题。
The coffin of Ceros in the holy mausoleum should have held her remains. Instead, it held the sword of the Creator. What could it mean?
应该放骸骨的地方呢，却只有，却只有天地之剑。这到底是发生了什么事呢？难道天地之剑就是骸骨？
Quite so. The head of the Western Church holds the title of bishop. That's not as distinguished as an archbishop, such as Lady Rhea, but it still comes with a fair amount of authority. If someone in that position plotted an assassination, I cannot help but think it must have been instigated by some outside force. There are bishops in the Eastern Church as well, but to speak frankly, they do not have much impact. They are under the influence of both the Archbishop and the Leicester Alliance, so their ability to voice grievances is quite limited.
一定是被教唆了吧？就刚才说啊，这个天地之剑有没有一种可能就是女神的骸骨呢？因为我原本应该放女神骸骨的地方，却放了天地之剑。
I am Rodrigue Achille Fraudarius. I bear the great honor of serving as a lord in the kingdom of Fargus.
飞哥他爸。
I have come in Margrave Gautier's stead to retrieve their stolen relic. However, as I hear it, a group of students is to attend to this matter. I sincerely hope no harm comes to any of them.
Oh, Gerald? He said something about visiting a grave. There's a graveyard attached to the monastery, so you'll probably find him there. I can't remember where the graveyard is, but I bet Seth knows.
教职人员研修啊，我们来学一下。这没什么好学的呀，这。小凡。 听说你哥偷了你们家的英雄的遗产。
I can't believe my own brother is the leader of the bandits. House Gautier is my true home, and his. Please, Professor. He really is one of the worst people I've ever known, but we share the same blood. We're still family.
小凡加油！别的就没什么好说了。 那是。
That man I walked past earlier. That wasn't Lord Rodrigue, was it? House Fraldarius is a powerful, noble family, linked to the founding of Fargus. Lord Rodrigue, its current leader, is a magnificent warrior. He's known as the Shield of Fargus. A dozen or so years ago, during the northern campaign in Srang, he performed splendidly as the king's right hand. Come to think of it, wasn't there someone from House Fraldarius amongst this year's students?
没错，法加斯之盾啊，最后呢也是他拯救了小王子。小王子啊，真是不令人省心啊！去找一下林哈尔特吧。
Swinging a sword about in the holy mausoleum? The potential for damage is too great to imagine. I sincerely hope the saints' coffins were not damaged.
没问题的。
Were you using magic? I've heard you weren't, but it's torture not being able to go inside the holy mausoleum for an entire year.
So, you have a crest too, eh, Professor? Does that mean you're descended from nobility? You've certainly got the look for it.
你说我是贵族呢，简直就是侮辱了我啊！我明明就是女神，好吧？
I sure do wish there were more nobles like you, Professor. A teacher, a mercenary, and so very mysterious. How could a girl ever get enough?
哎， 对，刚才我是要去送他礼物的，我忘了。林哈尔特。开眼的香草，给太过紧张导致沉浸梦乡、逃避现实之人的香草，早上起床时会感到神清气爽。
I'll gladly take this.
I appreciate your effort.
我们完成了其中一项任务啊，那现在的话，我们去一下。去一下西提斯的办公室，向他询问一下墓地到底在哪里呢
We're back. Ah, the graveyard. Of course I know it. It can be a little hard to find. Would you like me to show you where it is?
请你马上告诉我吧。现在的话呢，我们就可以去墓地找一下老爹了。老爹呢会给我们一个重要的道具啊，好像不是现在给我们的，之后会给我们一个重要的道具，一枚戒指，让我们选择结婚的对象。希特利，艾斯纳，哎，这就是我们的母亲。
Hey, I wanted to ask you to join me, but I couldn't find you. So here I am. I was thinking we should visit your mother. She's resting beneath this humble grave. Oh, of course you would ask that. I wouldn't know where to begin. I suppose I haven't talked much about her. She was gentle and smart. Oh, so smart. A wonderful cook. Always kind to everyone. And she loved flowers. Whenever I brought her back an unusual flower, her face would light up. I cherish those memories. I can't count how many times she made me happy just by smiling. And she smiled the most when she was pregnant with you. She died right after you were born. She wasn't able to spend much time with you. But she loved you with all her heart. That's the truest thing I know. Never forget it. This ring is the only keepsake I have of her. In time, it will be yours. One day, I hope you'll give this ring to someone you love as well as I love her.
Well done. You have my thanks.
来，朝着墓碑磕个头吧啊！这是主角的母亲。接着的话，我们去一下训练场。嘟嘟和小王子在这儿。
The Western Church, the Central Church, they believe in the same goddess, but oppose one another.
权力斗争嘛。
Complicated place.
嘟嘟真的好高啊！经常进行训练之人，这是小王子的东西吧？
I am sorry that the kingdom's unrest did not stop with Lord Lenato. Professor, the hero's relics are incredibly powerful. Please, be on your guard. I am sorry that... Professor. I am Professor.
哦，如果我不是亲师学籍的话，我连给小王子送礼物的资格都没有啊。好吧，学籍交流枪术战，推荐等级8级以上。现在的话，菲尔迪南特是7级，差1级啊。我先存个档吧，试试能不能成功。南哥加油！
That was nothing.
第一阵就对战英古利特啊！看上去不太好的样子。
This was beneath me.
对战小凡。挺住啊！挺住！挺住！挺住！完了！完了！完了！完了！完了！完了！
I'm glad I asked you.
不行不行不行不行，我们还读个档吗？我们还是下次再来吧。过来这里找一下伊艾里扎老师，没有赛德斯，可疑的手帕，不择手段之人。
Mercedes. Her face looks familiar.
就你姐姐呀，当然 familiar 了。接着的话呢，我们去一趟大教堂，去唱唱歌、跳跳舞啊，顺便完成一下支线，去四圣人像那里看一下。
Right.
这次的话，我们让朵罗西亚和佩托拉。
I'll keep my voice down. Don't want people thinking I'm vying for attention. But how loud is too loud?
Learning these things gives me great difficulty.
他俩的支援等级哦，是我跟朵罗西亚的支援等级提升了，我还以为是他们俩之间的支援等级提升了呢。哎，我老公怎么在这儿呢
So the whole plan to attack the monastery was some plot devised by the Western Church? That means they used Lenato. What right do they have to drag a good man like him into their schemes?
没错啊，他的养父罗纳特卿的话呢，确实是受到了西方教会的这个蛊惑。
Isn't it strange? Saint Zeros' body was missing from her coffin, but they found a sword in its place. Do you think she moved from her coffin and left the sword behind?
其实呢，天地之间啊，就是骸骨，是女神的骸骨。圣印迪哈像的碎片，来看一下圣印迪哈的介绍吧。不善交际，但是他凭借自身的智慧以及灵巧的双手拯救了人们。据说他也是位勇猛果断的战士，在战场上杀敌无数。圣印迪哈的话呢，他应该是对应的贝尔啊，跟贝尔比较像。圣马库伊，他思路清楚，擅长计谋战略，是圣塞罗斯的军师。据说他曾被称为魔道之祖，精通各种各样的魔道。这个对应的应该是谁呢？圣奇霍尔啊，这个就是西提斯啦，西提斯本人啊。圣西斯林呢，就是福莲本人了。好了，现在我们来，圣人像的强化呢是可以跨周末继承的。那最后一级升的是幸运和魅力的上限，上限我们应该是达不到的啊，所以升了也没有用，所以我们就把最后的圣印迪哈像的经验值加10，这个升级一下就可以了。其他的就不用升级了。那现在我们圣人像呢就到此为止了啊，我们就不再升级了。 等一下啊，刚刚是这个，刚才是 Dorothea 给我们的支援等级提升啊。那我们现在的话就去找一下他，先把他的这个支援等级提升一下啊。
What?
有恋爱的烦恼。
Professor, oh, don't worry. It's nothing. Actually, could we talk for a bit? Somewhere a little more private? I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I find you a little difficult to be around. I know. I'm your student and you're just trying to watch out for me. But the way you look at me sometimes, it's like you're seeing right through me.
要是那样的话，我很抱歉。
No, don't apologize. I know you don't mean anything bad by it, and I'm just self-conscious, I guess. The thing is, I don't have anything to call my own. No land, no birthright, no fortune. Little knowledge or battle skill. I think that's why I always clung to my popularity as a diva. Even after leaving the stage behind, I sort of kept up the act. When I look at you, it's like your eyes are accusing me. Telling me that you see right through it. That's what I mean when I say it's difficult being around you. Hey, this might be nuts, but maybe you could show me some kind of weakness of yours?
我无懈可击，没有弱点。
Oh, come on, Professor. Everyone has some kind of weakness. You know mine. If I know one of yours, maybe I'll feel less, I don't know, vulnerable.
如果这样能让你满意。
Excellent. Well then, don't mind me. I bet I know your weakness. It's not mental, is it? It's physical. You're ticklish. Here, I'll prove it. That's right. The next time you gaze into my soul, I know just how I'll retaliate. Professor? What's with you? Why aren't you reacting to anything I'm doing? Come on. I thought that was funny. I swear it's like your heart isn't even beating.
你真像了，确实啊，我的心脏是不会跳动的。为什么呢？因为我的心就是苏蒂斯。
Don't be so silly. Huh? It really isn't beating? Is what I'd say if I were more gullible. You're just fooling around, Professor. I'm not sure how you did it, but that was a good one.
我跟 Dorothea 的支援等级达到了 B。正在举办风云季，今日菜单看一下吧。艾德尔贾特、菲尔迪南特、佩托拉，还有谁喜欢呢？西提斯、弗莲、马努艾拉、卡多利奴。诶，我看一下卡多利奴的话，他跟支援信息看一下卡多利奴。他跟林赫尔特跟卡斯帕尔的话是有这个支援度的，跟其他人呢？萨米亚、西提斯、阿罗伊斯。狗鱼三明治啊，那我们不请卡多利奴了，我们请菲尔迪南特和佩托拉。
Delicious. After a scrumptious meal like that, I feel that I can really seize the day.
I would be liking that greatly.
他俩的支援度应该是没有提升的啊。下面我们看一下有没有追里尔和萨米亚都喜欢吃的。我看了一圈啊，现在好像是不能请萨米亚吃饭，那我们就请一下追里尔和马努埃拉吧。巴克斯自串烧兔肉。
This is a wonderful dish. You could sell this in any restaurant in the capital.
This is so good. Can I have seconds?
追里尔的话呢，因为我们进入教会线啊，它会自动加入我们的队伍，所以我们要提前解锁一下它的 C 级的支援等级啊，这样的话才能继续跟它的支援剧情。最后呢，我们让休伯特和哈尼曼一起吃顿饭啊，黄油煎双鱼。其实我特别不想用这道菜啊，因为这道菜耗费的实在是太多了。它还有什么雀鳝？
While I have little interest in food, I will admit to a weakness for this one dish.
This is my most favorite dish of all. I love it almost as much as Crestology itself.
哎，支援等级的话，它是5个。哎，休伯特跟汉尼曼吃一顿饭就可以提升了，好吧？
Hubert, my boy, it's rather rare for the two of us to see one another with no one else around, isn't it?
Yes, I believe it is.
I was good friends with your father, you know. Perhaps this is fate, eh? Of course, when I left the Empire, I broke off my friendship with him. And, well, everyone else.
You were right to sever ties with such a miserable piece of filth.
Sharp words, Hubert. Contemptible though your father may be, he is still your father.
你看休伯特说的这个话，他已经取代了菲利克斯啊，成为我们火焰文章之风花雪月的头号带孝子。他之后呢，还会有更加激烈的带孝子举动啊。
Don't overcomplicate it. I will not forgive him, ever.
他之后呢，在艾戴尔上位了之后，他会亲手杀掉他爹，因为他爹反对艾戴尔。
Contemptible is just the right word for the wretch. Do you truly know what kind of man my father is?
I assume you're talking about the insurrection of the Seven. At the time, I was already at Garrick Mach. I know nothing more than hearsay. That said, I found it hard to believe that Lord Vestra would challenge the Emperor like that.
Yet that's exactly what he did. Since the dawn of the Adrestian Empire, House Vestra has served House Hresvelg as the Emperor's right hand. My father spat on a legacy of loyalty and devotion that had lasted 1100 years. He conspired with the ministers to usurp power from the Emperor and Lady Edelgard.
In your father's defense, the Emperor was attempting to take power from the Seven Houses. The Emperor's reform was an attempt to concentrate power in the hands of the throne. The nobles put a stop to that. Emperor Ionius lost the ensuing power struggle.
Now it is the nobles' turn to suffer defeat. Lady Edelgard will be Emperor.
You hope she can cease this never-ending conflict? That's quite a goal, Hubert.
其实呢，这个休伯特他爹跟菲尔迪南特他爹呢，两个人是联盟啊，但是他们两个呢却不和。菲尔迪南特呢是继承了他爹的志向啊，想要干掉艾戴尔，但是休伯特呢就不一样了，这个带孝子他为了艾戴尔啊，可以杀自己的老爹。继续一下马努艾拉的支援剧情吧。
Professor? Professor, a pleasure to see you.
你在祷告吗？
I've never been very good at praying. I was here to confess my foolishness. While I'm at it, may I confess something to you too?
你做了什么对不起我的事情呢？快点交代。
I realize what a burden I've been. On you, I mean. After every breakup, I neglect my work, and I know how that affects you. I'm completely worthless as a woman. Can you imagine how that feels? Oh, I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. I just know it. You think so too, don't you?
我也这么想啊，我不这么想。
Really? So maybe there's still hope for me. Who am I kidding? I've known for years how hopeless I am. What's wrong with me? It's not my looks. I'm still gorgeous. Or am I? Be honest, do I look old? No, not possible. I'm the songstress who swept the Empire off its feet. Men professed their love for me hourly. It can't be my looks.
你的脸没有问题啊，非常的美。
I knew I was right. I'd be in real trouble if I weren't this beautiful. Oh no. If the problem isn't my looks, and they are not the problem, then it must be... what? My personality?
个性也没有问题啊，放心吧，我会给你找个好老公的。我打算呢，把马努艾拉让他跟菲尔迪南特结婚，怎么样？
A girl can tell a lie when she hears one. You think there's a problem, don't you? I suppose I can be a bit unkempt.
或者让他跟汉尼曼老师在一起啊，两个性格完全不一样的人。
I do have a short temper, and I may be a little lazy, sometimes. But I've always heard fellas, you know, like a woman with a few flaws. Seems to me there are plenty of flawed girls who have landed themselves a good man. So maybe my trouble is I'm not imperfect enough. Do you think I could use a few more flaws?
我认真觉得你还是别这么做比较好。
Why? Do you think I'm flawed enough already?
马努艾拉啊，我们来看一下马努艾拉可以跟谁结婚吧。马努艾拉，马努艾拉，还可以跟艾德尔贾特在一起，天哪！还可以跟朵罗西亚啊，两个人局势大好。男的的话就只能跟菲尔迪南特在一起了，还有的话就是汉尼曼老师。 看吧，看他是跟菲尔迪南特在一起好，还是跟汉尼曼在一起好吧。行了，行动点用完了，我们可以回去了。委任指导。
I work to grow.
I have a question for you, Professor.
上没兴趣的课程时，睡魔马上就会席卷而来。看来我似乎不可能战胜睡魔了，这样也是无可奈何的吧？啊，确实是无可奈何。
I do believe you're right.
菲尔迪南特都无语了。锻炼仓鼠和指挥变成锻炼仓鼠和马术了，算了。今天是尤里斯的生日啊，尤里斯的话我们不招，我们不挖掘，本周末的话不挖掘，所以就。
All right, come on, Linhardt, let's do this.
You've always got so much energy. Shall I leave everything to you?
No way, I'm not falling for that again. We're doing this together. There, finally finished. We probably could have done better if you took this more seriously.
No matter how serious I am, I simply cannot give that which I do not have to give.
I won't forget all I've learned.
Perhaps I've been well taught. I will master this.
I'd never have learned this back in my room.
林哈尔特和卡斯帕尔，哎，他们之间的这个支援度应该是提升了，没问题。
You're looking pretty tired, Linhardt. I think you could use a little more of the fighting spirit.
I believe you have enough fighting spirit for the both of us.
Enough? There's no such thing. You need as much as you can get if you're gonna train.
I'd rather pace myself. You're becoming too much like your father. I still recall with startling clarity the time he forced me to do some training.
I remember your father wasn't too happy about that. Our fathers actually got into a fight over it.
They hate one another so much. I simply cannot fathom what's wrong with the two of them.
其实他们两个的老爹是同盟啊，是支持艾戴尔的。
I wish they'd just have it out already. One big fight to settle things. My father would win, obviously, but it would still be fun to watch.
That would be rather cruel. I don't think anyone in Fogland could beat up your father. My father does have the height advantage, though.
Height advantage? What does that mean?
When two opponents are of similar strength, the one with the height advantage wins. It's pure math.
卡斯帕尔快气死了，他就是个小矮子，被林哈尔特嘲讽了。
Whoever forces the other to submit wins. That's how fighting works. It has nothing to do with height.
Brute strength alone doesn't decide a fight. And taller people have longer limbs, too. Longer limbs equates to a longer reach. Taller people can hit you from farther away. Oh, and they have more leg strength. There's also that... Well, I'm bored explaining this. I think you get my point.
No, I don't get it. Now you're talking about limb length and reach? None of that matters when you're up close and brawling.
You know, I'm going to agree with you just so I don't have to keep talking.
If you've got something else to say, then come out and say it. Actually, no, forget this. I'll prove it to you myself. Some of those new knights look pretty tall. I'll fight one just for you.
And off he goes.
They're all so strong I couldn't land a single blow.
So it's as I said then, isn't it? The tallest fighter has the advantage, and my father could beat yours in a fight. 我们本周末的话呢，还是选择散步。还是来做日常啊。首先呢，蔬菜。我上次种了5个不一样的种子：草本植物种子、根茎植物种子、福多拉南方产的种子、白色花朵的种子和紫色花朵的种子。看一下，我们获得了4个卷心菜、1个桃粗李、3个水蓝色花朵的种子、2个根茎植物的种子、1个胡萝卜、3个福多拉北方产。哎。我种下去的是南方产的种子，你怎么给我来北方产的种子啊？诺亚果，然后先转面药。为什么我有这么多水蓝色花朵的种子呢？根茎植物种子，然后再种3个这个水蓝色花朵的种子，看看有什么东西。 才拿到的先战秘药，铁剑、铁枪，铁剑保管起来吧。把拿到的药吃一下，黄金苹果加魅力的不吃，先战秘药加防守的。
It's awful, just awful what happened with the rite of rebirth. The infirmary, things are...
接着我们去唱歌。
Professor，
我们让朵罗西亚和佩托拉。
I'll keep my voice down. Don't want people thinking I'm vying for attention. But how loud is too loud?
Learning these things gives me great difficulty.
他俩的支援等级应该提升了，对对对。
Petra, how are you doing? Getting used to life here?
I am settled. Everyone shows great kindness.
I'm glad to hear it. I was so surprised when you first arrived. A princess all the way from Brigid.
You have my gratitude. But please do not call me princess. You are making my cheeks blush.
There's nothing to blush about. You're every little girl's dream of what a princess should be. Anyhow, I suppose it's been a long time since you've been back to Brigid, hasn't it? I hope you aren't homesick. Maybe we can cook one of your favorite dishes from back home.
I do wish for that. But there is no possibility. The ingredients are not found here.
I suppose you're right. That's probably why they don't cook the food of Brigid in the dining hall. I'm sorry. I just got to thinking about how hard it must be to live somewhere so far away from home and... No, it can't be impossible. I'll fix you a real meal of Brigid. I'll just find a recipe and similar ingredients.
Wait, Dorothea. It is the thinking that counts. But your cooking is... what is the word? Horrendous. That is what everyone is saying anyway.
Horrendous? Nobody's cooking can be that bad.
The thinking is enough for me. You have my biggest gratitude.
Fine, I'll do something instead of cooking for you. I just want to be sure that you feel at home here. How about a massage? That may help you loosen up.
I have no problems. My body is already able to relax.
Oh? Then perhaps I could sing you lullabies to help you sleep.
I'm not having sleeping trouble.
Just know that you never have to worry about putting me out. I like helping my friends. Well then, I must be going, but remember my offer.
Dorothea is filling my heart full.
局势大好呀！ Dorothea 的话呢，她是一个鸡圈大佬啊，她可以跟很多女孩子结婚。我跟佩托拉的支援等级提升了。哎，那边有个东西可以捡，我们去看一下是什么东西呢？美术八书，喜欢美术支援的东西啊。这个的话是金鹿的伊古纳兹的。 好像本月的话还没有上过宿舍2楼啊，上去跟大家对话。菲利克斯
Think of it, the sword of a creator belonging to the ancient king Nemesis. You have to master it as soon as you can. I can't wait to face off against such a legendary weapon.
放心吧，你有机会跟我打的啊，因为的话我要走一下帝国线啊，我要帮助艾戴尔。 去打法加斯神圣王国的话呢，必然会与你为敌。
I heard about the things you did. I'm so glad Lady Rhea is safe. I figure you're a great person after all, Professor.
有没有什么失误是他的呢？高级的发夹，成熟女神啊，这个是 Lady Rhea 的，可疑的手帕。啊，我好像没有你的东西哎。罗德在这干嘛呢？
Hey, Teach, I hear you were able to use the sword of the Creator. That means... What does that mean? Could it mean that you're a descendant of Nemesis, the King of Liberation?
我是涅梅西斯的子孙吗？这目前的剧情里面呢，还看不出来啊。我们是否是涅梅西斯的子孙呢？这个的话，应该要到金路线才能彻底的给我们一个答案啊。
You must, however, you will most... Yes, that is surely mine. I appreciate you bringing this to me. This is not mine.
我们去一下士官学校啊，然后触发一下跟佩托拉的助援等级的提升。雅尼特，哎。
Professor, if you're heading to the kingdom, I would recommend taking a coat. It's chilly, even at this time of year. It also rains a fair bit. Don't get caught out there without protection, or you're sure to catch a cold.
好贴心哦，雅尼特。雅尼特真的是小甜心。
Professor?
你在做什么？
Please take my apologies. I lost time while I was training. There are not many chances for real fighting here. My body is more weak than it was. Weaker, I mean. I will keep training now. I hope your night is good.
佩托拉也休息吧。
I need to have more training. There are things that I have not done yet. Things that have to be done. For the future. I have to try with hardness. Training, studying, socializing. I will not always be having time to do those things. And speaking the language of Fodlan, I worry I will never be doing it just right.
为什么要这么努力？
Why? Because the position of Bridget is weak. Fodlan and Dagda are big. Bridget is a small island in the middle of them. Bridget has great beauty, but little power. We will not survive unless we get more strength. I will lead Bridget, and so I have responsibility. I have to have more strength than anyone.
可能是这样。
Yes, that is why I have to give it my best try. I am an ally of everyone, and I have belonging at the Officers' Academy. That is also why I try with hardness. You can always be counting on me. But you should know that one of these days will be when I return to Bridget. Before that day, do not try stopping me from trying. And please, keep watching over me. With you, I can try with more hardness than I could alone.
加油吧，摆脱自己的人质身份。好，我在地图上面看一下，好像真的没有萨米亚，萨米亚好像真的不在这儿，对吧？没有萨米亚，钓鱼池温室也不在，入口大厅，马厩。也不在这儿，也不在这儿，也不在这儿，怪不得不能请萨米亚吃饭啊！去大厅看一下吧，还没有跟本月还没有跟卡斯帕尔和佩托拉对过话呢。
I heard a relic was stolen. If this had something to do with a family conflict, I don't think I could choose a side.
即使只有其中一方有错
I think I'd be a pretty good judge of that. I know relics aren't easy to come by, but I'd still like to get my hands on one.
好吧，我刚才好像选错了，我选下面一个选项的话，应该是可以加他的好感度。
Yes, this has been my first time to the kingdom's north. I hear the people of North are cold and have much loneliness. Professor, I hear you have worked as a mercenary in the kingdom. Did you find joy in this? You cannot remember? Is that having possibility? I have amazement.
行了，那接下来的话，我们去一趟食堂。今天是什么菜呢？莓果风味烤鸡肉，看看谁喜欢吃啊？菲尔迪南特和林哈尔特，还有追利尔。我们请追利尔和马努艾拉吃一顿，因为他跟马努艾拉之间是有支援度的。
This is so good. Can I have seconds?
My pastimes? Well, good food and drinking and, mostly drinking.
我跟追利尔之间的支援度还是没有提升吗？怎么这么难啊？嘿，真是的。我们请艾黛尔和德罗西亚。
Oh, I love this meal. How did you know? I think I like this, but it's been a while, so I'm not sure.
接着的话呢，我们请这个贝尔纳提塔和休伯特。休伯特喜欢吃的菜非常的少啊。休伯特怎么还不出现？又是这个黄油煎双鱼，只有这个菜他们才喜欢吃。
While I have little interest in food, I will admit to a weakness for this one dish.
Ooh, this is my favorite. You've got great taste.
最后呢，我们再请菲尔迪南特和林哈尔特吃一顿。
Delicious! After a scrumptious meal like that, I feel that I can really seize the day.
This is my favorite. I am rather happy you went out of your way to pick it, Professor.
我跟休伯特之间的支援等级提升啊。还有时间的话呢，我们去一下训练场啊，找一下伊艾里扎老师，向他学习一下啊，提升一下跟他的好感度。休伯特。
It seems I am discovered. I suppose that means assassination is out of the question. At least for now.
你做了什么？你要暗杀我吗？
Merely keeping an eye on you for the moment. Nothing to be concerned over. Unusually watchful. Difficult to steal upon in slumber. Perhaps an odorless, tasteless poison. Lady Edelgard certainly took interest in a difficult one this time.
为什么要那么防着我呢？
I suppose that question does warrant a response, considering it may mean your life. The answer requires me to explain some of the complex internal politics of the Empire. Are you familiar with Volkard von Arundel? He is Lady Edelgard's uncle.
这个就是那个弟弟人啊。
You may also know him as Lord Arundel, the Empire's regent. Many years ago, he took Her Majesty and fled to the kingdom of Fargus. Then after a time, he returned to seize power. Joining forces with Prime Minister Ire and my father, Lord Arundel rendered Emperor Ionius IX politically impotent.
所以其实那个亚兰德公啊，也就是弟弟人，跟休伯特他爸，还有菲尔迪南特他爸，他们三个人是一起的啊。之前的剧情中也提到啊，他们是从这艾戴尔他爸手中啊，把权力给拿走了。
Lady Edelgard is Ionius IX's daughter. I cannot begin to fathom the depth of her sadness at his betrayal. I see something of Lord Arundel in you. When I look at you, I feel I can almost see a second self lurking beneath the surface.
他居然能感受到苏蒂斯啊！
It is as if you are in constant dialogue with something inside your heart. Something with desires very different from your own. Does that description feel familiar to you at all? Because to me, you seem unpredictable. As though you could turn traitor at any moment.
或许没错哦，两个选择嘛，两个分支嘛，帮艾戴尔还是反抗艾戴尔啊？
The more I learn about you, the less I like. I had thought you might be of use to Lady Edelgard, but now I am beginning to think you may, through no fault of your own, present too great a risk. I hope you will prove me wrong, Professor. I would hate for this to come to bloodshed.
接下来的话，我们还有几点体力啊？还有2点。2点的话，我们卡通利奴。
You acquitted yourself honorably last month. To think they'd go into the Holy Mausoleum and assault the Goddess Tower. I cannot imagine the Western Church was acting on its own. Someone must have been helping them. As for the masked knight who escaped, his days are numbered. I hope we find him soon, so I can kill him myself.
造职业研修，学习一下这个。还剩1点体力，干什么好呢？还剩1点体力的话呢，我们来到食堂啊，请这卡斯帕尔和卡多利奴，请他们2个吃顿饭。他们2个之间也是有这个支援度的。
I can eat so much of this stuff. My stomach's growling just thinking about it.
Eating food always fires me up. Hoorah! Let's go fight somebody!
行，那我们现在，我们现在回去吧。亲自指导。小组课题的我们画一画，我们画成艾达尔、贾特和多罗西亚。他们两个之间的支援等级老是不提升啊。个别指导。 需要个别指导吗？不用了，不用了，我们直接委任指导。委任指导的话，他就只会指导第一项了，他就不会指导这个指挥等级。好，我们开始授课。 今天是小师妹的生日啊！小师妹是金鹿的，我们也不打算挖掘，所以就不用管她。
Ready to get some work done?
I am ready.
Here's the results. I'm getting closer.
As long as it makes me stronger.
I'm a quick study.
Dorothea 跟艾达尔之间的支援等级果然提升了。
Hey, Adi. Uh-oh, you're scowling again. You're going to get wrinkles all over that cute face of yours if you don't smile more.
Hello, Dorothea. I was just lost in thought. There are so many things to be done. To think of them makes my head ache sometimes. So many nobles of the Empire are utterly useless. When I am Emperor, I intend to appoint only those who can actually be useful. It doesn't matter if they're of noble or common birth.
Noble or common, eh?
天下大同啊！
Can you really do that? I mean, not that I don't agree. I'd make all those nobles vanish if I could.
It's not a question of can or cannot. All that matters is doing it and doing it right. The nobility system has only been around for 1,200 years. The concept didn't exist before that.
Only 1,200 years, huh? You always say such preposterous and extraordinary things, Adi. Yet somehow you actually make it work for you. It's like you're a character from an opera.
A character from an opera? If an opera is made about my life someday, I wonder how I'll be portrayed. The revolutionary who guided the Empire to a new dawn, or the foolish ruler who took her revolution too far?
Well, that all sounds pretty violent. But either way, it would make an incredible opera. Do you figure it'd be a grand action piece full of combat and strife? Or would you prefer a somber political drama?
Hail the mighty Edelgard, the red blood stains her story. Heavy as her crown may be, she will lead us all to glory. To a brighter dawn we shall carry on. Hail Edelgard!
That's quite enough, Dorothea. I'm starting to feel more than a little embarrassed. Lovely as your voice is, let's just hope that any operatic productions about me are still a ways off.
按照贾特和朵罗西亚的支援等级达到 C 级了。本周末的话呢，我们选择，我们选择讲习啊，就让我来讲课呗。
My efforts were not in vain.
It's starting to take shape.
Oh, I see now.
为什么菲尔迪南特没有来听课呢？今天是嘟嘟的生日啊！嘟嘟的话呢，你选择，无论你选择黑鹫还是选择金鹿，都是无法挖掘它的，它只会跟着小王子绑定的。就像你选择青狮或者金鹿也无法挖掘休伯特一样啊，它是跟艾黛尔绑定的。所以呢，好感度就没什么用啊。好了，又到了课题出击的时候了，我们先来更新一下骑士团。骑士团的话呢，你把人法加斯王国之盾的弗拉鲁达利乌斯兵啊给艾德尔贾特的话呢，估计会把菲利克斯他爸给气死啊。所以的话呢，你就来练一下这些还没有到满级的这些骑士团吧。鲁维尔侍女队，其实这个绝对死守的话，我是不会用的。你也来练一下一些没有满级的一些杰拉尔特，就剩一个杰拉尔特佣兵团了。那就让你来练吧，杰拉尔特佣兵团。然后我们再更改一下特技啊。我的特技的话，其实不用变了啊。来一个守卫的用兵术吧，把剑必杀给去掉。我现在基本上用枪。愤怒之阵，信仰强攻之阵，剑术、枪术、魅力之源给它换上去。剑术是不需要的。破釜者。等一下啊，破釜者的话是装备剑的时候与装备剑客斧啊，剑客斧。然后呢，再更改一下战绩。疾风很小，疾风很小的话，加10的必杀，加3的威力，加20的命中。其实我用不着啊。一般来说的话，我都不会用到这个特技。魔物碎击。你需要这个魔物碎击啊，把猎击换掉。破坏强击，旋风枪加8加10，加5加10。你不需要猎击啊，反正你也不用剑。无我境界。可以了，然后呢，我们再去一趟商店，补充一下我们的战力。资格考试，资格考试我们要来考一考。林哈尔特已经可以考修道士了。
I passed?
接着的话是贝尔纳提塔。我没有准考证了是吧？买杯。初期考试准考证，买个5张应该够了啊。接着的话，我们之前拿到的，对，什么金块呀、大金块呀，这些东西都给它卖掉。火把也用不着了，卖掉。黄金苹果留着。继续考试。休伯特之前考过没？考过。贝尔纳提塔。
I passed!
准备工作做的差不多了，那我们现在的话就可以直接课题出击啦。又要打小凡的哥哥了。
This weather is unfortunate. Those villagers were right when they said a storm was brewing. But they were more afraid of an attack than they were of the storm. Let's end this quickly.
The thieves have taken Conan Tower as their base. There it is in the distance.
Miklon must be more skilled than your average thief to have overtaken a place like that.
This area was the site of a massive battle several hundred years ago, when invasions from the north were at their peak. This tower was built for both surveillance and defense. It will be difficult to seize it.
You know your history, Gilbert. If I recall correctly, you're from the kingdom, aren't you?
I left my home long ago. If you have any questions about the mission, I'd be happy to answer them.
关于哥迪耶家，关于贼人的首领。
House Gautier has always placed great importance on whether or not someone bears a crest. Margrave Gautier has 2 sons. A crest never manifested for his eldest. It's not hard to imagine why he left and wound up in this sort of life.
There's no reason that crests should have the power to dictate someone's destiny. Don't you agree, Gilbert? He was just another victim of cruel fate. Forsaken by the goddess, who now demands his execution.
艾戴尔对女神充满了仇恨。大家全上啊，看一下地图的配置。我是不是可以直接飞过去啊？对吧？哦，不可进入，就是说我飞行单位的话，我也不能进入啊。菲尔迪南特的话呢，他装备的就是哥迪耶的骑士团，就是小凡的那个骑士团，是有加速的效果的，所以的话要让他把这个，让他站在哪儿呢？站在这儿吧。换个位置，然后让他站到这里来。
The enemy is close by. We're almost to the top floor.
They have nowhere left to flee, so the situation is in our favor. All we have to do is chase them down.
哎，谁身？
I will get the victory.
我看一下谁身上有这个宝箱钥匙来着。
I will prevail.
那你身上没有宝箱钥匙，你呢
？Put me in there. Battle.
哦，你身上有宝箱钥匙，待会儿让你去开这个箱子。
As you wish. I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
你也有宝箱钥匙啊？待会儿让他去开吧。计策，神速态势。
A great help.
身上没有宝箱钥匙。让贝尔去开箱子吧，好吧。让他去开箱子的话呢，就先走到这里来交换物品啊。把宝箱钥匙给拿了。
Not so fast.
That won't do at all.
My heart is full of victory.
佩托拉的碧霞为什么这么高呢？是因为他有一个天赋啊。
But I will not misplace my heart.
他有一个天赋的话是，对于生命值小于50%的敌人啊，他的必杀会加20。
Stay focused.
谁他妈打我？这么远打到我？
I still have a long way to go.
That's my cue.
这样的话，支援一下，反正打不到人。
You see that? Pretty good, don't you think?
你才4级，你这么开心干什么？射我是吧？看我反击！
As expected.
再上来放一个神速态势吧。距离不太够啊。算了，不用放神速态势了，直接上吧。
Each battle, a chance to grow.
I owe you one. Thanks for helping.
Well, like what you see.
菲尔迪南特跟贝尔一起过去啊，拿宝箱。 这么远能射到？
Captain's in trouble. Hurry up, you fools!
Enemies approach from the lower floors. Watch the rear flank.
这样的话，起码有3个人有这个神速态势啊。
Unexpected.
I thank you.
一滴血。一刀一个小朋友，吃我一板斧 ，no damage。我记得这里是会出现敌人的呀，怎么没出现呢？管他了。等一下，我身上没有宝箱钥匙对吧？英语书队有没有宝箱钥匙？如果没有的话，那个箱子就只能让休伯特去开了，对吧？这里是有一个箱子，哎，这里没有箱子啊，好吧，好吧，只有开始那边。
Unexpected.
上。来吧。啊，果然这里出现了。
Attack them from both sides. It's an ambush.
It all comes down to this.
That is that.
Child's play. So many openings. I'm no stranger to battle. You've not enough. Start coming. Child's play. You've not enough.
怎么老打不中他呢
？Child's play.
哟，居然不能一击毙命，真的吗？战技，魔物斩击，铁剑，哎，这也不行吗？难道打他用天地之剑？这也太浪费了吧！算了。
Predictable. No hesitation.
Should I have held back?
帅气。
Such power dwells within.
获得了命中戒指。
Now I can do so much better.
Now you know your limits.
Disappointing.
What a thrill!
Winning's always nice. Well, like what you see.
菲尔迪南特，菲尔迪南特。
You should be honored. This can't be right.
Sucked.
吉奥伯特，你是怎么回事啊？你已经 miss 多少次了？就跟这个小朋友在入口处玩了这么多时间。卡斯帕尔，挺住！ 总算把小朋友给打死了。怎么大家全打我呀？这怎么回事啊？这。哎呀，这帮人。好吧，打我就打我吧。 然后呢，让菲尔迪南特来开宝箱，腿好短。
Still raring to go.
靠！
No one makes it past me. Pretty good, don't you?
Victory received. Disappointing, but I.
过来加血。
I owe you one.
我跟他差几个啊？我能不能打到他呀？可以，可以打到他。但是有点危险啊！我先往后面撤一点，等他走过来再说。
This is going to hurt, okay? All roses have thorns.
带刺的玫瑰才够味。
Thanks so much.
这边全都动过了，菲尔迪南特也动过了，我也动过了，好行。
Watch and learn. It's over. Each battle, a chance to grow.
杀之夜用牛刀啊
Predictable. As expected. Practice yields results. Should I have held back? Another step forward.
Now! Gotta use your head sometimes.
关键是我不能动了。
Allow me to demonstrate. Each battle, a chance to grow. Sweet of you.
for Lady Edelgard.
升级也不忘表白。
His strength will serve Lady Edelgard well.
重要的事情呢，要再重复一遍。
I want to be all I can.
Put me in there.
过来开宝箱啊！开宝箱啊！破甲剑。 为什么每次受伤的总是卡斯帕尔呢
What a jump. I'm just getting started. As long as it makes me stronger.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
You fought well.
？ 对付这些重甲呢，最好用的就是魔法了，他们的魔防比较低。
Well, like what you see.
Thanks for helping.
Predictable.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Each battle, a chance to grow.
What's up? Not enough. Child's play. Not enough.
每次都只差最后一滴血，吉奥伯特，你是算好的吗？
Child's play.
还 miss。
Not enough.
好了，就看我表演就可以啦。天地之剑，哎呦，天地之剑也不行吗？破天，天地之剑，哎，这也不能一击毙命啊。那先对他用一个计策，一起突击。
So, you think you can take the lance from me, huh? I'll kill you. I'll kill every last one of you!
It's time.
我到这里来，他是不是就打不中我了呢？反正他也不能动了。
Child's play.
I cannot lose.
哎，人居然打贝尔，贝尔射死他。
Am I done yet? Whoa, did I get stronger?
随便用铁枪给他一下。好了，他又变身了，打不过就变身，不要脸，臭不要脸。
Not bad for your kind. A bunch of spoiled, rotten children. What the hell?
其实他也不算是主动变身啊，他被动变身。口水流了一地，能不能注意你的形象？好歹也算是小凡的哥哥是吧？小凡那么帅，你那么丢份。
Oh my! Is this your first time fighting such a thing? Then listen well to what I say.
这个是魔物战斗教学啊，我们可以不用看了。
Such is the fate of one whose life is corrupted by a crest stone. How pitiable. The least we can do is put an end to his suffering.
反正呢，什么都是文章的错就是了。哟！还是你过来吧。
Thanks so much.
Well done.
Thanks.
他只能打着重装啊。要 给吉尔伯特加个血。看我的计策，一起出击。还有2块这个文章石没有破啊，计策，一起突击。
You require aid? Think this'll work?
这块文章石碎了，只剩最后一块文章石了。计策，战场大扫除。战场大扫除的话，你往前走一格也可以啊。战场大扫除。
Shall I help?
I created a plan.
黑兽的护甲被破坏了，看看他身上是黑暗金属啊，黑暗金属。其实你打每一个魔兽获得的这些宝石都是不一样的啊，其中呢也蕴含着一些规律啊，主要是看它是因为什么变成魔兽的。你像这个麦克朗的话，它就是黑暗金属。
Need a hand?
They pushed me too far.
埃戴尔，看你的了，扰乱。
We won't hold back.
'Goddess, the beast is gone, yet Miquelon and the lance remain.
It is done. Let's retrieve the lance and depart at once.
毫无疑问 ，MVP 就是我。
That man, his form was changed. It was as though that lance was swallowing him whole. Upon that sight, it makes sense that your students were upset. I wonder if those relics truly hide such power. Yet even still, that power seems familiar. That form as well. As one who wields the sword of the Creator, does that mean you possess that power too?
Professor, you have returned. The goddess is indeed generous with her divine protection. I have already heard Gilbert's report about what happened. See to it that you keep what transpired at the tower to yourself. People would lose faith in the nobles should rumors spread of one using a relic and transforming into a monster. All regions of Fodlan would fall into chaos. We must avoid that at all costs. Please ensure the students who accompanied you understand that as well. Have I made myself clear?
我明白了。
His transformation into a black beast was nothing short of divine punishment from the goddess. Punishment for someone arrogant and foolish enough to use a hero's relic even though they were unworthy and unqualified.
你早就知道了吗？
Of course. That is why we rushed to recover it. Sadly, we did not arrive in time. The church will formally return the lance to House Gautier, if you would. You have my gratitude. I can see that I was right to trust you with this.
这里如果小凡在队伍里面的话，可以选择不把枪还给雷亚啊，就把枪留给小凡。
Please report back. I will tell you of your new mission for the coming moon at that time.
I assume the Archbishop was pleased with your performance. Did you return the Lance of Ruin?
归还了。
I keep thinking about what Gilbert told us.
麦克朗的事情吗？
Yes, Miklon was discarded by his family because he was born without a crest. Eventually, he became a masterful thief and gathered enough ruffians to capture a fortress. Right or wrong, he was a gifted leader. He could have been a great asset to Fodlan. What a waste! It's true that a crest can increase your magical abilities and allow you to wield the full might of a hero's relic. But one cannot measure a leader's worth based solely on whether or not they bear a crest. There are plenty of talented people in this world without one.
艾戴尔呢，他就是非常讨厌这个文章制度啊，他想要干死雷迪瑞亚呢，就是为了推翻这个文章制度。但是其实，顺着他的话说吧，加一下他的好感。
People believe crests are blessings from the goddess, that they're necessary to maintain order in Fodlan. But the people are wrong. Crests are to blame for this brutal, irrational world we live in. Their power is granted only to a select few, whom we elevate and allow to rule the world. Have you ever wondered if the only way to create a truly free world is to dispense with the goddess and the crests? Do that, and people will have no choice but to rise and fall by their own merits.
Lady Edelgard, I question whether you revealed too much to the professor.
Perhaps I did.
It is true that our teacher possesses a rare talent. Even I cannot deny it. The ability to wield the sword of the Creator is concerning.
I've already explained this to you. My power alone is insufficient. That's why I'm borrowing power from those people. If our teacher can wield it in my stead, I believe that would be for the best.
It's a risk. A dangerous one. You leave me no choice but to take matters into my own hands. Please excuse me.
I can't hide from the truth. I can't do all that I must on my own. If all I can rely on is my own ambition, my path won't be easy. Is it so risky to reach out my hand? Father, I swear I will not stop until I succeed. My regret, my grief, my whole life, I've thrown it all away into the darkness.
Professor, you have done well to complete such a difficult task. You have shown exceptional skill in leading your students. I am forever grateful for the safe return of the hero's relic. Just as I expected, You have mastered the sword of the Creator. Now then, I shall tell you about your mission for the coming month.
Archbishop!
Seteth, what troubles you?
Flayn is missing. I cannot find her anywhere. Professor, have you seen Flayn recently?
好好的找过了吗？我没有看到他耶。他上个月的话，应该是在钓鱼池旁边啊。
I have searched every corner I can think of. I could not find her anywhere. She may be in danger. Oh no, 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 what am I to do?
Calm yourself, Seteth. Professor, we shall continue our discussion another time.
"福莲失踪了，那么本月我们的课题就是找到福莲。
Part 1 White Clouds Horsebow Moon Rumors of a Reaper As cold air begins to creep in from the north of Fargus, Fodlan welcomes the riches of fall. The women spend their days reaping the golden fields, gratefully embracing the bounty the goddess has once again provided. The men venture into the wilds with horse bows and empty sacks ready to be filled with game.
我们又获得了5000块钱。汉尼曼给我们的志愿度提升了。
Ah, Professor. Always a pleasure to see you. I wonder, might you have a moment to chat?
你的笑容很可怕。
Come now, you have no need to be on guard. I'd never cause you harm. You're far too valuable a specimen, well, that is to say, too valuable a member of the Academy staff. Indeed, the further my crest research progresses, the closer you come to learning the truth of your heritage. Is it not so? When I learned you bore the lost crest, the very crest of flames itself, I set about learning everything I could about your past. What was the origin of your bloodline? How have the events of your life been shaped by your lineage? I became somewhat obsessed, I must admit.
自己的过去，其实我也不知道啊。
Nothing so crass as an investigation. No, I researched. I spoke to mercenaries whom you've worked with in the past to learn about your life before the Academy. Of course, I also contacted Gerald and his mercenary friends. Your father does keep rather interesting company. I'm excited to share with you what I learned, but I do ask that you correct me if I am mistaken on any account. The story begins with Gerald serving as captain of the Knights of Seros. There was a woman at the monastery with whom Gerald was quite close. At first, it seemed obvious this mystery woman was your mother. Alas, that cannot be the case. The timing is all wrong. As it was told to me, the woman in question passed away shortly before Gerald left the monastery. Yet your birth occurred sometime later, while Gerald was taking work as a mercenary. This, of course, presumes your age is accurately reported. If you were born sooner, well, the story would be quite different, would it not?
确实啊，确实，那个就希特利的话呢，她就是我们主角的母亲啊，也就是埋藏在大修道院墓地的那一位。但是的话呢，这确实是因为啊，杰拉尔特有所隐瞒，他说谎了，我们并不是他离开修道院之后才降生的啊，我们在这之前就生了。
Oh, I am aware. You too were certainly enigmatic as far as mercenaries go. For example, Gerald never once spoke of his time serving as captain of the Knights. That's quite a secret to keep for all those years. In the end, your old acquaintances had little definitive to say about either of you. However, they all agreed on one thing. Your father and yourself were a strong pair. Warriors to be respected and feared. You in particular. In fact, many came to know you as the Ashen Demon. They say you would destroy your enemies without a hint of emotion on your face. The mercenaries I spoke to revered you as a living legend of sorts. So, that is what I learned. And I admit, it is barely more than I knew before. The next step in my research is to ask your blood for answers, and hope that it is more forthcoming than your past acquaintances.
As I believe you are already aware, Seteth's younger sister Flame has gone missing. At present, all we know for certain is that she has not left Garreg Mach.
Flame is not the type of person to just wander off on her own without telling me where she is going. We have searched the monastery thoroughly, but have found nothing. I am now mobilizing the knights to begin searching the town. Troubling rumors have been running rampant lately. I do not wish to consider the worst, but...
令人不安的谣言呢，就是关于死神骑士的谣言了。伊艾里扎老师。
There are rumors of someone prowling the streets and attacking innocents night after night. The knights have investigated the matter. They have not discovered any remains, nor have they found any concrete evidence.
The people are panicked. They all insist someone called the Death Knight is coming to claim their souls with his blade. There is no way she could have escaped unscathed if she were captured by such a fiend. Where is she?
Seteth, recall that impatience begets error. Please do your best to calm yourself. I think of your sister as family as well. You know that. You have my support. We will devote ourselves fully, mind, body, and soul, to recovering her. Professor, your mission for this month is to help find Flame. The knights have the town covered, so I ask that you focus your efforts on searching the monastery again. We do not have time to waste. You have your orders.
Flame has gone missing? Most unsettling.
It doesn't seem likely that she's simply gotten lost. I'll help in any way that I can.
So, our mission this month is to find her? Well then, let us hurry and locate her before anyone else.
I hope Flame is okay. What would happen if... Just what would we do if...
You can't think like that, Byrne. Seteth would have a heart attack if he heard you.
I've heard that she has a crest, but I suppose for this moment that is irrelevant.
We'll start by gathering information. Someone must have seen Flame recently.
Right. If we work together, I'm certain we'll find her.
今天是佩托拉的生日，那我们要举行一下茶会。佩托拉的话，他会喜欢什么茶呢？香柠檬茶，贵族喜欢的；苹果茶、薄荷茶、3日月茶、杏仁茶、姜茶、草本茶、洋甘菊花茶。我觉得他应该会喜欢姜茶吧。
You have my thanks for giving me your spare time. This tea is smelling wonderful. It is my favorite for drinking.
果然。
I have gratitude. Perfect temperature. What?
在海中游泳的话题啊，他非常喜欢大海和游泳。他是布里基特人吗
？Yes. Yes.
料理失败的话题，我信赖着你。我信赖着你。
I am in agreement. Yes.
看过歌剧吗？希望成为伙伴的人，想去旅行看看的国家，希望成为伙伴的人。啊？ 你不喜欢有伙伴吗？
One day, I am wanting to show you the wonderful land of Brigid in its abundant nature.
点头。
I am in agreement.
Huh?
I will be waiting happily for you to be inviting me again.
今天的话就只能选择散步啊、狩猎季和合唱季。那我们看一下大家的支援信息，休伯特跟佩托拉啊，他们两个的支援等级提升。
Petra, industrious as ever, I see.
Hello, Hubert. Yes, I am trying to be industrious. I must be working hard to improve my position. Right now, it is not a good one.
Even accounting for that, your efforts are impressive. I wish a little of you would rub off on certain people here. One troublesome slouch in particular.
Rub? I will not be rubbing on anyone.
Not literally. I never would have imagined you would adjust so well to life in Fodlan. When I first met you, you couldn't understand a single word of the language. You had the look of a cornered animal. So much so, I thought you'd grown up in the wild.
I had more youth then, and the experience was terrifying. My grandfather ordered me to go to Fodlan with suddenness. I was stolen to a strange land filled with strange people. The treatment I was receiving was like I was a strange beast.
It is unfortunate, but while you were called our guest, you were actually a hostage. You were meant to be insurance that Brigid would not restore its alliance with Dagda and attack us.
这个打鼓扎呢，就是萨米亚，萨米亚是打鼓扎人啊。
The Empire required leverage, and after all, you are the Princess of Brigid.
It gave me sadness to leave my home, but I am not unhappy that I came to the Empire. I have learned much understanding from the outside world. My experience has made me become who I am. And meeting you and Lady Edelgard has had great value for me.
I admire your spirit in the face of adversity. You set a strong example to follow. And there is much more adversity to come.
休伯特的话呢，这个时候就在谋划着啊，要造反了。行，那我们本期的话呢，就先结束在这里了，我们下期再见吧。